Attention gamers, the League of Legends champion pool is growing faster than a family who doesn't believe in condoms, which makes keeping everything balanced and playing nicely together a challenge. And while I think Riot may think they are doing a bit better than they are,
we don't think our champions have overloaded kits overall.
I know they're trying their best, but based off of this dumbass meme factory of a cartoon they released last year about how they balance their champs, they rely exclusively on data to make their changes, with champ win rates being the second most important metric only behind what I can assume is skin sales. And while I initially didn't see any issues with balanced based off of win rate, this Reddit post about why Kindred's recent balance changes are ass backwards had me thinking. But this post was entirely too angry sounding for me to do it justice when explaining it, so I've asked my AI Uncle Angry Andy to do the job. Please don't make me regret this, Andy.
Ring, ring, bitches, it's about to get real demonetized up in this house. It all started when Riot took this incest cheap with loony-toony eyes and a domesticated fart cloud that follows her around and just said, fuck it, give her a magic mic makeover, put some AP scalings on her kit, and pretend we did some actual work today. It was at the same time item balance was an utter heaping pile of horse shit, so the team said let's promote Rage Blade up to mythic status so the little fellow can get laid more. This made less sense than the plot of fucking Inception, but sure enough, all these mouth breathers started thinking they were smarter than the measly 750 they got on their SAT by building this shit. All the apps started recommending it because of its undeserved popularity, and her win rate started falling faster than those fucks in Europe who chase a cheese wheel down a hill. Fucking Muppets. This caused Riot's little data dick to step in and buff the shitter, while the real Kindred players knew this was brain dead all along and were already winning like every game.
So Riot buffed a broken champ because everyone was building her wrong, which was dropping her win rate?
Yes, that's what I said, dipshit. Jesus Christ, League of Legends content really is gonna be the peak of your career.
Okay, that's enough of Angry Andy today. I figured if Kindred is an overbuffed Rift bully, I should be able to first time her with the correct items and stomp, and let's just say between my KDA and enemies telling me to relax, it went about as smooth as the gooch skin between my balls and my beehole the last time I used the ultra smooth package from Manscaped. This package is perfect for hitting a personal record when it comes to achieving a silky smooth good smelling ballsack. It consists of the Crop Exfoliator, a grainy pregame cream that helps proactively reduce ingrown hairs. Then there's the Crop Gel, the smooth amazing smelling sex slime I rub all over my nuggets before taking the latest and greatest little wrinkle purse razor known to man. It's got replacement blades to survive through dozens of piss-berry shave sessions. Then there's their line of boxer briefs, the most supportive anti-chafing smooth little fashionable soft apartments for your boys to hang. Last year I had an issue with some inflamed nut tissue that I talked about on my second channel, but these boxers were life-saving and giving me the support I needed while going through that. They've got all the styles for black tie events, 50 shades of gray, gold waistbands, and the feeling frisky bunch. So all in all, if you use my link in the description, you'll get 20% off and free shipping on your ultra smooth package today. Alright, now for those of you posting timestamps to this point in the video, I sincerely hope your dick and balls are just egregiously ungroomed and that no human ever wants to come in physical contact with them like you have some fucked up Beauty and the Beast curse, but for your genitals only. But I rest my case. The game starts with me figuring the enemy team has a win shitter, so if I hang out in the area it's only a matter of time before he proves that he thinks in black and white. So I come in and apparently this ponytail is a bit pervy as he greeds to slap around the little girl, which leaves me in a spot where I just lay down and E, then count to 3 to send him back to base. Then I quickly learn that Riot puts my marks in the enemy forest because I guess they enjoy ensuing violence, and I'm on my way, but turns out 2 Chains wanted to be a dickhead, so we make eye contact, get a bit timid, and then I say screw my socially awkward tendencies, I'm just gonna make my move without overthinking it. And I have to say, for a moment I thought I was gonna regret putting myself out there, but in the end I'm glad I did. My next mark was the enemy's diabetic pet frog, which was about as uneventful as an LCS game, but it did put me in the area to pay a visit to the babes in the bot lane. I 5D psychological chess myself out of marking either chick thinking it will scare them off, but editing this I'm cringing my Manscaped dick off thinking about how dumb I look right about now. Let's change the topic, cause let me tell you, 2 girls 1 cup has nothing on 4 girls 1 death fetish shepherd and his fart cloud. The plot of this one featured main characters dying, classic lessons about greed, the struggles of a middle-class pirate, and a rampaging goat. Anyways, 1 death that I edited out, and you'll have to wonder how I fucked it up later. I was just casually spying on that blonde baton-tossing baddie in the short white skirt, but I was getting quite impatient to make a move. Finally the Hades hands grabbed her ankles, and surprise, we have a fuckfest on our hands. I put an end to the Samira hero arc and then I gather my thoughts for how I can bang this blonde and not die in the process. Not to fear my artificial is all shit intelligent TTS brain puts the no die zone down and then we make like a perfume flavored fart and blow this shithole with style. The topside rocks that turn into more rocks that turn into more rocks in this case turned into a mark for me which was dank memes and I'm not sure if 5 at 15 minutes is good but it was about to be 6. You see I took one look at this gym bro overdosing on McDonald's grimace shakes and figured the humane thing to do would be to come in and put the poor fella out of his misery so not all heroes wear capes if you see me in your games just know anyone would have done the same in that situation. Anywho I now have what is apparently the proper way to build this LP magnetic lamb at least according to the rank 1 Kindred's last few videos and I wanted to show off all my items specifically to the blonde and let's just say they knocked her dead. Then instead of Frankenstein getting the focus I had to deal with Bondage Boy who skipped the introductions altogether and put on quite the fuck the Piltover police performance. I obviously put a stop to it because we all know Caitlyn's not a real cop. Anyways I continue pushing with no real success like I accidentally swapped my Tic Tacs with Imodium pills which starts to turn the whole situation into something that little girls shouldn't be around for. I'm forced to deploy the immortal dance floor only for a brief bout of Faker's fucking dad to come out in me where I time the execute and then kite around like a goddamn Gosu menace to pull off a double kill thinking I low-key just gave myself a boner from all that. That said this is League so despite me popping off like a champagne cork my team is more so getting smashed like a cake at a 1-year-old's birthday but luckily these ladies don't have much more than a 1-year-old's verbal comprehension as they use so few words which is a play on words ha 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 get shit on girls. At this point I want to keep clearing jungle camps but I worry if I even leave the same zip code as these shitters there will be unpunished crimes going down and despite us having a cop on our team, I'm apparently the only source of authority here so I start with the criminal who brought his own handcuffs and only then do I focus on the more evolved one who claims to be an airbender. They are still trying to get their A-RAM on in this bitch so I figure this would be a good place for me to demonstrate how this build makes you a bit beefy by purposely soaking a full combo which leaves this yasshole dead and this Lux thinking that flashes do damage which if you ask me is quite an embarrassing last few moments to be remembered by. Turns out the other team is getting barren because while I'm only showing clips of me killing members of their team all over the map, what I'm not showing is my team trying to catch butterflies and lick each other's nipples in bumfuck Egypt so now the bad guys have the biggest buff in the game and I have to bait the spinning shrapnel distributor into giving hers up. I'm thinking it's gonna be a heavy one to carry but if I keep farming I have a good feeling I can pull it off. Now I've been playing this game long enough to know that one of the worst species to get overly fed is the Samiran species and the enemy had one who was well on her way so I had to be willing to gather the troops and travel long distances to hunt her down. Side note if I can be honest it makes me sick that those adrenaline junkies who scored their Storm Chasers show on Discovery Channel get all the fame when I'm dancing way fucking closer to tornadoes and in reality, natural disasters have nothing when compared to the dangers of dealing with a grape who took too much trend so I have to bust an alt nut dance around hoping my execute doesn't expire and then tag the tower in for the assist. Anyways this Lux is over here looking like a sponsored skin to promote the movie Barbie which if I can open up a bit makes me super insecure because I know I'm not Ryan Gosling and because of that no one will see me for who I am, a goat with a keen sense of archery and a fetish for death. This kill gives us opportunities as a team but we can't agree on which one to pursue so the plan becomes to split up which is totally genius until I fail miserably at my job and then I look over and they are failing even harder at theirs. So I use this river fuck fest as a distraction to get more alone time with Margot Robbie you know maybe she'll replace Ken with Kindred in her heart but the bitch is stubborn so now she dead. And despite the fact that there's a literal jungle Grand Canyon present I still have to respect that fact that this man is a Silas and they don't discriminate against KDA so I'm just happy to have come out on top in that encounter. But then the rest of my team is somehow managing to die to the likes of this Lux who to me seems to have less value than an Xbox controller on a submarine so I'm stuck rushing back to base puckering my spiritual asshole in hopes of a grand standing defense until this happens. This arrogant yasshole, born from the windshitter breed, has the audacity to celebrate prematurely. I command my purple jizzed up army of hoodlums down mid, I run into the dashing douche canoe himself and let him know that he can keep chatting from the black and white bench in Fountain. Backup arrives in the form of what I can only imagine would be eye candy for Elsa from Frozen and his useless purple-titted laser pointer. I ult at the perfect time and fend off getting cucked by the frosted handcuff combos. We take the tower. We take the inhibitor. Any gym grimace in our way gets shaken. Backup arrives and my dumb as all fuck teammates start going down one by one. It's up to me to defy the odds, ace them once more, put down the deathless dance floor and get out so that I can finish the game with a fat heartbreaking loss. Subscribe if you can relate to this experience. Rav out.